We're covering the critical topic of tax computation methods. The exam will test your ability to distinguish when to use the tax tables versus the various tax computation worksheets. It's not about memorizing the tables themselves, but knowing the exact triggers for each calculation method. The first and most important trigger is taxable income. If a client's taxable income is less than $100,000, you use the IRS tax tables. This is the simplest method. The exam will trap you with this number. For example, if taxable income is $99,999, the tax tables are correct. But if the taxable income is exactly $100,000, you must use the Tax Computation Worksheet found in the Form 1040 instructions. This is a common exam question format, presenting several income figures and asking which method applies. Now, what happens when the income type gets more complex? If a taxpayer has qualified dividends or long-term capital gains, their income is subject to preferential tax rates, typically 0, 15, or 20%. Simply using the regular tax computation worksheet would result in overpaying tax, as it would calculate tax using the higher ordinary income rates. To get the benefit of the lower rates, you must use the Qualified Dividends and Capital Gain Tax Worksheet. The exam will test this by giving you a taxpayer with over $100,000 in taxable income that includes long-term capital gains, and the correct answer will be to use this specific worksheet. But there is one more level of complexity. The exam loves to test the exceptions that force you to use the most complex form, the Schedule D Tax Worksheet. You are forced to use the Schedule D worksheet instead of the simpler one if the taxpayer has certain complex capital gain situations. A classic trigger tested on the exam is when a taxpayer reports a capital loss carryover from a prior year on Schedule D, line 14. Another key trigger is unrecaptured Section 1250 gain, which is taxed at a special 25% rate. If you see this type of gain, you must use the Schedule D tax worksheet. To remember the order of operations, use this mental shortcut. First, check the income amount, then check the income type. Is taxable income under $100,000? Use the tables. Is it $100,000 or more with only ordinary income? Use the Tax Computation Worksheet. Does it include qualified dividends or basic long-term gains? Use the Qualified Dividends and Capital Gain Worksheet. Does it involve more complex Schedule D items like loss carryovers or Section 1250 gain? You must use the Schedule D Tax Worksheet. The exam questions are less about doing the math and more about choosing the correct tool for the job based on these very specific triggers.